Well, hello there, sweet friends. It's Grace here. We're going to be making some fun stuff with paper today. It is a paper crafting day. Today, it is Tuesday, September 3rd. I'm going to make a slight adjustment to my camera angle there. I am going live, broadcasting on both Facebook and YouTube to try to reach as many people as possible. This will also be broadcast inside the Crafty Bunch group as well as the Paper Bling and all the things group on Facebook. So we should have lots of eyes today hanging out with us as we paper craft. It is a crafter's choice with paper kind of day. There's Bev with Bev's Creating with Love and Whimsy. She is one of the hostesses for today's show. Thanks for being here, Bev. Thanks for hooking me up and getting me connected with everybody. I do appreciate you. My name is Grace here at the Comfy Nest of Grace, and you have found a paper crafting event. So I hope you're excited about that. I mean, I know this is like really blinging up your eyes, right? That is some orange decorative scrap paper that is one-sided. And what I'm going to show you today, how to make these, they're really simple to make. I'm going to show you how I plan to use them, but I think your mind could take you a lot of places with how to use these. This is going to be a great stash buster for using your one-sided decorative scrapbook papers that you just don't know what to do with. They're just hanging around. You can even have smaller pieces. This was the piece that's left over from me making this one. I will give you the dimensions. I'll show you how to use it. I'm going to pick out a few more pieces of paper from this set because I really love the brown paper. So we'll get into that in just a second. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me and see me and all the things. So there's Leesa. Hello, Leesa. Hi, Tasha. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Missy Beam is here. You're sprinkling me into the Crafty Bunch and Paper Bling and all the things. So Bev, thanks for saying that. I'm going to put that comment up on the screen. Those are the two groups where you can find today's event that's happening. Each creator who's taking part in the event, and I'm just honored to be one of them, Roberta and Bev are both hosting the event through the Crafty Bunch group. Bev is with Bev's Creating with Love and Whimsy, and Roberta has her own business page, and the two of them are hosting this event. What isn't it? Bev, if you don't mind, put the name of Roberta's business up on the screen. I'm just like drawing a blank here. Hey, Estella, how are you? There's Dina. There's my friend Dina from Designs by Dina. Kim, how are you, girlie? She's got her new grandson in her arms. Oh, all the blessings and love to you, my friend. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so glad. All right. Now that we're all here, I think I can see we've got some, Kim is here from YouTube. We got some Facebook watchers. Country Chic Boutique. Thank you, darling. I got to write it down. Roberta from Country Chic Boutique. I couldn't remember. Couldn't get it off my tongue. Country Chic Boutique. I have to write these things down because sometimes when I go live, I can't find my words. My brain doesn't work the way it should. I can't find my words. I think it's a little bit of like nervous energy that wipes my brain out. There she is. There's Roberta. I'm going to put her comment up on the screen. Roberta, I'm sorry for that. Country Chic Boutique. I'm so glad you're here from your business page. I'm giving you that big shout out. You're live up on the screen now, both on Facebook and YouTube. You guys come on over to Facebook and find us in their groups, in their group, and in the Crafty Bunch group. So you'll find the whole event in those two groups. I mean, you can page hop from one creator to the next, but it is much easier to just go into the Crafty Bunch or into Paper Bling and all the things and watch from there. And every hour you'll find someone new doing some paper crafting. Hey there, Cindy, how are you? I know, isn't this paper pretty? Tasha, isn't this pretty? Okay, so this set of paper is kind of my style. I love this. I shouldn't say it's my style. I like all the things. Folks, I'm very eclectic. This would be super cute to make one of these little journaling card folders. I'm going to show you this here in a second. Let me just get a couple more pieces of paper out that I think might be pretty. Now, that's the one I just used. I think that one-sided works best for this, but I do have some two-sided paper that I'm going to show you that would work, particularly for the application that I'm going to use. I want something that's, see this nice pattern And this has got like a real nice shine on it. I'll take this one too. I don't know that I'll end up using all of these, but I wanted to have some papers lined up for this. This is what we're making. These are little folded Velcro closure journaling cards. Okay. This was my first attempt and I scored it in the wrong place. You can see right there. I scored it in the wrong place. This is why I would test it out before we come live so I can tell you exactly how to do this. Really, this can be modified any way that you want, of course, right? So this one is a little, you can see this one. This one's just a little bit shorter. You can see that there. So again, you can make them whatever size you want. This one is one-sided paper, so it's white on the inside, because I think these would be fantastic for to make journaling cards, journaling spots inside your junk journal. So this is my most recent junk journal that I've been working on, this tall skinny, and I put I had to find a spot where it would fit right now because I'm just now decorating the pages on the inside. Oh my gosh, isn't that adorable? I'm just now decorating them all and making like tuck spots and pockets in here. But on this page, I have this tuck spot. This was made from some packaging. Actually, this band, this gold band, was around my son's graduation announcement cards that I ordered this past spring. And I created this little sliding decorative element on this belly band. I have this postcard in there already. But these, I think these Velcro closure cards, the way I would like to use them as journaling spots, and then they can slide in anywhere in your junk journals. They could be pulled out and then you could do some journaling or note taking and then slide it back in wherever it is that you want to put it. I've been using the gold seals. These are fantastic. These gold wax, or this one's not gold, this one's blue. These wax seals to close these up. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. But again, you can use anything that you want for your closures. So let's just get into it, right? Let's get into it. Okay, so, oh, and I do have a little dish of wax seals sitting here. I have gold ones up top, but I do have some pretty purple ones on the bottom. These ones are like a metallic pearly pink color. That one's a crow with a moon. Oh, they're just so cute. Anyway, I love to use these as little decorative elements inside my books. You love that paper pad. Isn't it the best, Gia? I do. I love it too. Hey, Gia, how are you, friend? Welcome, welcome. Thanks, everybody, for saying hello. I appreciate you all being here and hanging out. I appreciate you sharing this out there, fluffing the nest, as we say here at the Comfy Nest. I appreciate you doing that. Okay, to make these, you're going to want to have a paper cutter and a scoreboard. It does not have to be, this is a scoring board as well. You can see it as these grooves in the paper cutter base. And generally, these scoreboards come with a little tool that you can use to run down that indent to score your paper so that wherever you want to fold it, it just is much easier to fold. So I'll show you with this example right away. So whatever size you want your piece of paper that you're going to make into one of these, I do feel like white is best, or plain. This one is not white. Of course, this one's brown because it's brown paper, but plain because I want to write in them. But if you wanted to still write in them and you're not a fan of using white paper, you could always paint your paper. You could always distress it with inks, and you could stencil on it, or you could just buy, this is double-sided paper that I think is really, really soft enough. It has a very soft design on it that you could write over easily and still be able to see your journal writing. This one actually has lines on it. So if you wanted lined paper, how pretty would that be for making one of these? So either or, double-sided or single-sided decorative paper. I do feel like cardstock works really great, but you can just use regular plain paper if that's what you have. You could use either one, okay? Hey, Sharon, thanks for saying hello. Hi, Debbie. Welcome, welcome. Linda, did I say hello to you yet? If I didn't, hello, Miss Linda Glenham. So glad you're here. Okay, so this is cut. This is 8.5 by 6. Now, doesn't have to be that size. The first one that I did 7.5 by 6. It doesn't really matter. You could cut them whatever size, but about, we're going to go this one, like say 6 to 8 or 6 to 9. Those would be great sizes to do. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to score it, and I'm going to turn it on the white side so that you can see this really well. I'm going to score this so this scoreboard, here's the cut line, but that's also my line that starts the counter. You see these big numbers, which are really nice to see. We're going to score it. So I'm going to take my little scoring tool, and at 1.5, I'm going to run that down. It's going to give me a nice straight line for folding. So at 1.5 and then at 4 3/4. It doesn't have to be these same exact places. It doesn't have to be. Play with it. Do a few of them, different sizes at different score marks, and see. I might end up cutting this one down a little because watch. When I fold this over, I still need to be able to fold this over. So actually that one's a little long. Let's cut about 1 inch off of this. We're going to go this way and cut 1 inch off. 7.5. Stick with 6 by 7.5. And what's going to happen is you're going to fold this, and then you're going to fold this. This really could look like an envelope too, right? I'm envisioning using these vertically, like tall, in my journals, but you could also use these like a regular envelope and open it this way and journal on it. Doesn't matter either way. You may want these are like little decorative edge punches. You see, I did do a decorative edge punch on here. You can see that. So you can make them really pretty with your decorative edge punches or just rounding. They don't even have to be rounded. They can be square. I am going to round these off though. But you don't have to. I mean, these things are all optional. If you don't have a little tool that rounds your edges for you, then just skip it. No stress. Just skip it. We don't stress here at the Comfy Nest. We play, we hang out, we create for the love of creating. Not because we need another part-time job. I got enough work to do. I don't want to see this as work. I want to have fun with it. I hope you do too. Hello from Sawmills, North Carolina, Miss Melissa. Thanks for being here. Okay. Here's what we got. Let's make a couple of these. We'll cut and score and fold, and then we'll get to the next part, which is gluing on the closures. Hey, Ruth, how are you, my friend? Thank you guys for sharing and spreading this out there. Here we have, this is 12 by 12, right? Except this one has a little hole in the end and this little, let's get rid of that first. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that right there, so that we can truly cut this down. Now it's 12 by 12. I want to cut it right in half because if I did a 6-inch length, I get 2 of them out of here. So let's cut this one 12 by 12 piece of paper. I'm going to cut it in half. So now I have 2 6 by 12s. And we just discovered that, well, really, girls, you could fold this any way you want and make them any size you want. But if you wanted that smaller size to fit real easily in your book, you could go with the measurements that I'm giving you, which is 6 by 7.5. So now I'm going to cut this at 7.5. Now I'm going to cut it this way because I want to keep the roses, I think. Let's try to keep these really pretty roses. This will get used for something else at some point. Won't go to waste. So now I have a 6 by 7.5 piece of paper. And let me figure out, how do I want, I think I want this to show here on that little piece. So I'm going to put it this way so that I can score it at 1.5 here. And it, again, you can do 1 3/4. It doesn't have to be exactly what I did, but I did it at 1.5 and at 4 3/4. Wow, this paper is beautiful. Isn't it pretty? So now easily, this makes it so easy to fold at those 2 spots. And now we have that really pretty floral on the outside. And then on the inside, we still have a really pretty design. Okay. And then we're going to round off our corners. Has anybody ever made these before? Anybody? Oh, that didn't work. You know what? I have a different one of these that I like even better. I've got this one here that I like even better. It holds the clippings so they don't fall over my table, which I think is nice because I don't have all these little bits all over my table. It has 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. Let's go with medium. And I just feel like it's easier to punch as well. It's a little louder, but you know exactly when you're done because it gives you that big click. Okay, that one might be one of my favorites. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. Let's just cut this one down. Same thing. Okay, I'll just keep repeating so that you know, but you can do it however you want. This is 7.5 inches. Then I want to score it, but I want to score with the flowers on this side so I can look at my flowers. I'm going to score it at 1.5. And you'll see you can make a whole bunch of these pretty quickly once you got your sizes set in your brain and you get to work doing it. It's going to come together really quickly for you. And I have some ideas that I was going to share besides, I have another idea for these besides using them for journaling. Okay, here's another one of those pretty papers. We're going to start. Good morning, Miss Cheryl. We're going to cut off this bit on the right here, this white strip that we don't need. Then, now it's at 12 inches, so I'm going to cut it at 6. Okay. Then, let's cut off the plain part because I want to keep our flowers. I'm going to double these up. And I want it at 7.5. Then we're going to score, and I better score one at a time. The flower on this side, and I'm going to score at 1.5. This one has the lined paper, 4 3/4. Is anybody else creating today? And what are you creating? What's on your creative agenda for today? How pretty is that? Are you kidding me with that? I have some ideas for this. I would not want to glue that down, but I do have an idea of another thing we could do with this. And I might just do it in one of my journals to really show you what I'm talking about here. But let's get a couple of them made completely. Roberta says, I have not made these, but I will now. Just add it to your, your repertoire. That's a fancy word, but add it to your toolbox of different things that you can make for your junk journals to make them super pretty. Here's that really pretty chair paper. It's just so cute, right? We can get 2 out of 1 piece of 12-inch decorative paper. You can get 2 of these little decorative elements. And beside that, you're also going to have a 4.5-inch square to use for something else later. Like these could be made into journaling cards too. But I'm going to have a whole slew of these at that same exact size that I can do something with in the same journal. Because remember, I always talk about consistency. When you're creating in your journals, I really like, in the books that I use, I don't love everything to match exactly. I like there to be a lot of variety. I like things to be, have a lot of variety. I guess that's the way to say it. So I don't necessarily want a full kit just to use a full kit. I might start with a kit or use elements of a kit. But then I'm generally going to add in stuff from my own stash because I really like the variety in a book so that everything doesn't match exactly. I've only done a couple. How many of you do themed junk journals? I guess that's a good question to ask or conversation to have in the comments. How many of you like to start with a themed printable kit from and when you're making journals? And when you do that, do you just stick with that or do you change it up a little bit? Let me know in the comments. Let's chat about that, because if I use a kit, I will take elements from the kit. Like once I did a fairy journal and I used elements from a kit I think it was part of the Junk Journal Jamboree. One of the kits was a fairy kit, and I loved it. And so I used elements from the kit, but I didn't use every single piece of paper, every single tag that was given to me. I like my books to have a little bit more variety in them, so I'll add other things to complement. Did that go through? Yeah, it did. To complement that fairy kit. So I generally don't stick with just one thing. You do a lot of themed ones, Roberta, and do you have, like, do you have certain themes that you return to? Like, do you like to do garden themes, like bumblebees and flowers and birds and dragonflies, or do you just kind of look for something different every time? Because I don't think that there's a right or wrong answer to this question. Like everything else that I'll suggest to you, there isn't a right or wrong. It's just different. You may have a different way of doing it or a different preference for doing it. I'm going to stick these under there so they stay closed. Gets that paper flattening out a little bit more. I don't think there's a right and wrong. I think it's just we have different preferences. And I think you should follow whatever your creative heart is telling you to do. Even if you're following us on Facebook or on YouTube and you're following a creative, the idea is to take inspiration from what we're sharing. Sure, you can copy what I'm doing exactly today. That was always a compliment. If you say, hey, Grace made those things and I really loved them, I'm going to do them exactly like she did. Man alive, that's a compliment. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it that much. Am I stuck here? That's always a compliment when you do that. But I encourage you to also think, is there a way that you would prefer to do it differently? Maybe use a different thing for your closure, maybe use a different kind of paper, maybe introduce some fabric into this. There's a bunch of ways that you could make it your own and give it your own flair, your own taste, your own preference, based on who you are. That's the beauty of the creativity part. Okay, look at how many I have in a short amount of time. We got quite a few. Let me look at the papers because I grabbed some other papers, and let me just see if one of these is something that I want to use right now. Where did you get the corner cutter that you're using, and does it cut different corners? You know what? This was given to me as a gift. Somebody gifted this to me. My business coach gifted this to me. She sent it to me in the mail. It is, I will show you the little thing here so you can look it up. I don't know where she got it, but I love it. And what I love is that it holds all the clippings. These other ones, the clippings just fall on the table, which makes a mess on my table. So it just has small, medium, and large. And I got to look at the camera and see, is this focusing in? Are you focusing, dear camera? It is Kadamaru Pro. Kadamaru, Kadamaru. I mean, I gotta get my glasses. I think that's an A in the middle. No, it's an O. Girls, I will write it down for you because I know you're like, what? What is that? It's a very strange word, right? Let me write it down for you. And then you can take a little screenshot of my handwriting. Kadamaru Pro. I would start just Google shopping, like go to Google, type that in there, and then hit the shopping thing and see if it comes up. That's the way you spell it. I hope that helps somebody. I can't see it hardly by myself with my glasses on close up. I can only imagine on camera. All right, let's take a look at our papers. All right, I gotta check comments first. Hold on. So that answers your question, Terry, I hope. Cheryl says, I like themed journals, but not from a kit. I gather and then I create. And no, I don't use it all. Cheryl, you and I are similar. I do the same thing. Joy says, I don't use a kit because I don't have internet out here to print anything. Listen, Joy, you know me, Joy. I mean, you're around, you're a regular crafty chick around here at the Comfy Nest. I love my books to be super eclectic, and I love them really grungy. I love to use junk. I am a true junk journaler. So this is brown packing paper, painted brown packing paper. This is a cardboard box, corrugated cardboard box that I ripped up and then I grunged it up. These are like added elements, like an added piece of wired ribbon. Here's one of those Tim Holtz people clusters. This is ribbon that one of the girls sent me for Happy Mail in the mail. I've had this forever. This like little metal embellishment that I glued down on here. And then I got this big stick from my yard and glued that down. And then on that, I have just like little bits of fabric and coated or covered wired jute of a variety of formats wrapped around the twig. And one of the girls, I think Janice, sent me this. It's not quite eyelashes ribbon. I don't know what you call it, but it's like this variety pack of yarn that's together. And I just tied it around there. But you'll see when I flip through this, now I'm in the middle of decorating this. So just last night, I glued this down on here and added some, like that's a journal card. Added some journal cards and some tags to this little pocket. But I like it to be really eclectic. It looks like a catalog page that I had. Somebody must have sent me, or maybe I bought it in a kit on Etsy. You know, you can buy junk journal bundles that have a variety of book pages in them so that you have a variety of things to put in your books. This is an essential stencil rub-on transfer. If you watched me last night during late night crafting, we did a lot of these. This is decorative scrapbook paper that I probably painted. Yep, I painted it. So I like things. That is an old calendar that I had, that pages I didn't use in the calendar. And so I keep the blank pages of my calendar from years past that I haven't used. Instead of throwing the whole book out, I keep them and put them in my junk journal. So you'll see I have, these are fabric scraps. These are the snippet rolls that I make for the edging for my book pages. And it's a book page in the back, and then I ruffle along there some scraps of fabric and sew it together to make some really great trim for my book pages. These are just trim laces. I really do like using just printouts and papers that I have on hand, papers from books that I've collected over the years to use in my journals. It's super eclectic. My collection is super eclectic, and that's the way I like it. It's true junk journaling as far as I'm concerned. Things that would have otherwise gotten thrown out, I like to use in my books. There's nothing wrong with using an entire kit to fill your whole book. It's just what you like. What makes your heart so happy? Using junk makes my heart so happy. It just makes my heart happy. I was very interested in seeing how some of these pages would work out. But you know what? I think we have plenty to keep going. So I'm going to put this aside for now. I got this on Amazon. It's in my Amazon store. It's from We Are Memory Keepers, and it is fantastic. I love that the numbers are so big. It makes it really easy. I do love the ergonomic handle, although it took some getting used to. This pops out, actually, just so you know. This pops out, and you're supposed to flip it when you want to score, because then it gives you, I can use one of these to show you. Now, there's no way for me to go over the line. It has like a lip right there. It's raised up so that when you're scoring, you can really shove that in that upper right corner to make sure you have a really straight angle here, and you can't slide it over. When I flip it the other way, then I can take my piece of paper and I can slide it over that edge so that I can cut it to whatever size I want. I do like that feature, although I don't usually pull it out. I do like that it has that. I also like that, I know it's really hard to see, but it does have measurements here, so that if I just want to take off like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, it goes all the way up to 1.5 inches, I think it is, where you can just cut off a strip off the end. I do really love it. It took a little getting used to. You know, anytime you get a new tool, I think it takes a little getting used to. But I have learned to love it. Okay, now we've got all these put together. These are all the same size. Again, I'll just repeat it one more time. The original cut that you're working with is 6 by 7.5 inches, if you want to write it down. And then you're going to score it at 1.5 inch and 4 3/4 inch. Roberta likes to do holidays, probably different themes like bees, wedding, and seasonal. I'm just getting my groove on. I just bought a kit for doing a bumblebee journal, and I'm super excited about that. Hey Sue. Sue's saying hello to Jimmy Lou. Is Jimmy Lou here? Hello, Jimmy Lou, if you're here. Sue Wriggle's saying hello. Oh, one corner cutter cuts the same king of corners. Get from Hobby Lobby craft store. One quarter cutter, huh? I'm not sure what that means, Tesha, but that's okay. I just put that corner cutter in my Amazon cart. I'm tired of the little corners all over. Yeah, this is so nice, Laurel. It is. It seems like a silly thing, but those little bits, then you have to sweep them all up or they get on your clothes. Yes, I'm with you, girl. I am with you. And I love your name, Laurel. Very, very pretty. Hey, Constance. Hey, Connie, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Uh-oh, Debbie says I was in a creative slump until I watched your video last night, and now I'm ready to start a new journal. Get it, girl. Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie. You can do it. You can do it. I'm dancing and singing for you, friend. Betty, hello, hello. It's nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Roberta says, I have this cutter, but my cutter is small. I love that one with the large cutter that fits well in your palm. Oh, there you go. Pretty Pieces by Michelle. Hello, hello, friend. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me today and the ladies here. This is the Comfiness with Grace, and I am live right now, both on my YouTube channel and on Facebook, so you can find me either way. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm trying to recruit some new people. So please, please, please let me know. Let me know if you head on over there and subscribe. Give me a comment and let me know that over there so I can give you a big old fat thank you. Ruth is sharing a link, which is, it turns out really, you see, Ruth, how big and ugly those get when you share them. I don't know why it's that way. They just get nasty looking. Good morning, Leslie from Arizona. How are you, my friend? Terry got her fabric scraps and she loves, loves, loves them. And the calendar pages they were attached to and the small little card. Thank you so much. And I got them in like 2 business days. Terry, first of all, thank you for ordering from my shop. All of you have been ordering. I have been really busy making those fabric bits. I called them Grace's fabric bits the other day. This was just something I wrote on a different live that I was live, but I just had it sitting here. So Grace's fabric bits, I made those the other day and you guys have been ordering them like crazy. I had to make another 10 today, which is fabulous. Like I love to share. I love to make them. They make me so happy. Each one of them gets a little dangly on it with a little message. And you can use every single bit of what I'm sending you in your junk journals. But the fabric bits, if you are on Facebook and you want information on ordering one of those, just type in the comments #want1 if you're on Facebook, and you will get the link to check them out if you want to. And thank you to everybody who ordered. Thank you, Terry. I tried to send them out within 24 hours of ordering. Sometimes it takes me 48 hours to get them put together if I get lots of orders, but I appreciate every single order that you guys place. It is helping me and my little family, my little business, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Terry, I'm so, so glad that you love, love, love them. That makes my heart happy. Thank you for sharing that lovely comment. The fabrics are great, pretty, eclectic, and awesome. That's what I was thinking. So I have just been going through organizing all my fabrics. I had them in a huge 2-gallon glass jar. And I would grab it every once in a while, but the glass jar was super clunky and difficult and to use. And then I would have to dig down there and try to find fabric bits. So what I did was I took my smallest fabric bits and put them in the front. And then these are bigger squares and these are longer strips. These two have longer strips in them. And I started to organize them in these 2 containers so that I could keep making these little danglies. Like these are the danglies that I put on all of the fabric bits that you guys have been ordering. They each have a little message on them that I've stamped on there. Some of them have charms on them. I've also been taking my little bitty scraps of fabric and making framed bits of fabric that I have sewn around. Some of them are hand stitched, some of them are machine stitched, and then I'll have this so that I can either stamp in there or put like a piece of paper with like a word on there or a phrase or a Bible quote or whatever you want. This is how I'm using my fabric bits. I am mailing out these fabric bits. I'm selling them because I have such a huge collection of fabric. I thought, why not share it with you girls? Why not? So that's what I've been doing. Thank you, Terry, for bringing it up. Thank you for ordering. Oh, there's Missy saying, want one, hashtag want one. Yes, Missy, you should get an immediate message from my business page on Facebook with the link to check them out. While you're at it, you know, I have a flat rate shipping. Like some of the girls ordered a phone book. Some of the girls ordered some tags, some ATC cards. There's lots of stuff. I have rice papers, napkins, foils, glues, pens. There's lots of supplies there that you could check out. So while if you're going to order the fabric bits, you might as well go ahead and grab anything else that you might be needing, because if you're paying for the shipping, it would be good to get your best value out of it. Okay, so I want to now attach two things. We have a decorative thing on the outside and a little Velcro dot on the inside to hold it closed. Okay, you could use whatever fasteners you want. I have my little Velcro dots here. They're just from Dollar Tree. I have a bunch of a variety of different wax seals that I've made. And I'm going to first affix the wax seal on here, and then I go through and put the Velcro. So that's how I did it. You do it however you want, girls. And I had to test it. I tried hot glue on this and it did not work. The hot glue did not work. What I'm finding is working for me, the glue that is working, is of course, Art Glitter Glue to the rescue for this little project. So that's what I'm using. So what I do, first pick out the seal that I want. I want the seal to be, for me, this is what I'm doing. I think I'm going to have a stronger adhesion. It's small. It's only like, some of these are really small. Like, look at how little that one is compared to this one. Okay, if you are ordering wax seals from my site, by the way, I give you a variety. It's a dozen. It's a variety of pre-made, handmade wax seals that I've made from a variety of the stamps that I have. And some of them are small, some of them are big. I have oval ones, I have round ones, I have square ones. You're going to get a variety. When they're this little, we don't have a lot of glue leverage. So logic would say go half and half on this side, half on that side. But I'm not doing that. I'm going to do 3/4 on the paper and just a little bit hanging off. See that? If I go that far out, I'm afraid it's not going to stick on the paper that great. So you do you, boo. You do it how you like to do it. But that was what was on my mind, is that we're using little itty bits here, and it's not going to stick real well if we don't have a lot of surface to glue on. So I'm going to glue down. Oh, it would help if I took the cover off. Hi, Leesa. Leesa's up next, girls. Guys and girls. Leesa's up right after me. Don't go over to her page yet because she's not live yet. She will be in a few minutes. Are you ready for them, Leesa? What are you creating today? No, you don't have to tell. Everybody's going to go over and figure out. We're going to discover together what Leesa is creating on her page when I'm all done. Okay, so we're going to glue about 3/4 of it down. Now, here's what I like to do. I like to have a rag or a paper towel handy because you're going to get some oozy glue. So wipe off the oozing glue because we don't want it to stick permanently with the glue. We just want to affix that wax seal on there. And then I'm going to put this aside to dry, and then we'll do the Velcro in a minute. Okay, so we're going to bust through these now. Now that you know how to do it and what my thinking is on this. This could go either way, really. If you have a wax seal, some of them, like this one, can go any which way. It's the same pattern all the way around. Doesn't matter if I decide to use it horizontally or vertically, it's going to look great. Some of them, like here, this one is a dragonfly. So I suppose the dragonfly, it doesn't matter which direction it's going, but if it has an up and a down, you're going to, like, this one has a woman. It's like a little cameo almost. It's an oval with a woman's face on it. So if I put it this way, well, you might feel funny if you end up using it vertically in your book. So think about which one you use and which direction you want it to go. I think for this one, I'm just going to use one of the neutrals. And since I have a pink, a pretty like pearly pink one, oh my gosh, that's so pretty on there. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to glue about 3/4 of it. So when I start, I'm going to put this glue. I make a line. Here's my 3/4 line. And then I'm going to put the glue in the middle of that. Okay. And then it gives you a good place to hold on to it before you affix it. And with the art glitter glue, you have a little bit of time to wiggle it into place, like exactly where you want it. But what I would say is push down, make sure you have good contact, and then you can see that oozy glue. Get rid of the oozy glue. The oozy glue is your enemy on this project. We don't want it oozing out and sticking to the other side and gluing it down permanently. We want a Velcro closure. Wow. I shouldn't say that. Girl, like I would say, you do you. You can do whatever you want, but I'm going for the Velcro closure, so I don't want this to stick permanently on there. I'm going to leave this flap up and let that dry, and then let's do another one. Let's grab, I'm just wondering if I'm going to get through all these. Let's grab one of these. This is the chair one. So the chair, of course, this one's going to have to be, well, it doesn't have to be, but I think, in my opinion, it should be upright. So I'm going to go upright with this one, and let's use a gold seal. Not that one. It's fun to have. Well, this one has like a little time clock, and it has just a bit of purple in there peeking through. And actually, the chairs are kind of like a periwinkle blue, so that one might work really well. Why not? Let's use it. Eclectic. When I think there's a lot of freedom in creating with an eclectic style, because there's no pressure. Everything doesn't have to match exactly. It's okay if you don't have everything matching exactly. In fact, I find it really visually interesting, and that's why I choose to do it that way. But for those of you who traditionally keep everything matching, I'm going to challenge you to try an eclectic project where things don't match exactly. It will challenge your brain, challenge your little creative mindset, and I think you're going to find that it's very liberating. Okay, so it keeps oozing out. When I squeeze, it's coming out. That means I use too much glue, but I want to make sure to wipe it off. It will dry clear, so I'm not worried about it being seen, because that glue does dry clear. I'm just worried about it sticking where it's not supposed to. Let's put that one aside. Okay, so we got this pink one. I have some purple, really dark purple ones here. This one has a little bit of pink and purple, and it's a bumblebee. Isn't that cute? But I don't think the purple goes well with this, so I'm going to put that one aside. How about, this is that cameo one. It's got a woman on it, and you can go any way you want, really. I think I'm going to go up and down on this one, like this. Don't need a ton of glue here. Try to learn from my past too much. See, it just comes right out. You don't need a ton, but I'm heavy-handed about the glue, so I keep wiping it away. There we go. I'll let that dry. Hey, Andrea, I'm so glad you like them. Lisa says she's ready to go. My friend Lisa, I'm putting her comment up there. Look at that beautiful face. Look at that beautiful woman right there. She is beautiful inside and out. Miss Leesa from Leesa Boone Designs. She's up next, but we still have 15 minutes yet, so don't go anywhere, girls. Because she's not quite, I mean, she's got to go get her drink of water and set up her screen, and she's got to get her chair comfy and all her supplies out. She's not quite ready yet. We're going to give her a few minutes. Let's just give her a minute. We'll go over there in 15 minutes and hang out with her. I kind of like the gold one on there. So I'm going to have a bunch of these made. I'm going to stick them in an envelope with all my other embellishments for my junk journals. Because I like having them pre-made so that when I'm putting my junk journals together, I can just grab from some of my pre-mades that's the beauty of having this eclectic style too, is because I don't have to have it matched completely. I can pick from any one of these that I think matches well, and it doesn't have to have, say I'm doing a bumblebee book. Everything in the book doesn't have to be bumblebees, right? We can use other things in the book. So that's the nice thing about mass making some of your elements for your books, so that you can just grab them when you're decorating your book and use them, even if they're not exactly the same paper or style or designs that you've been using. So I love the idea of it. Now we're hanging a little bit over, and that's where we're going to put our Velcro. I'll show you how to do that too here in a minute. We're on the last one. This is this chair, and actually I put the little flap over the big one, but you could go the other way. It's just you do you. Like do what you think. Do what makes you happy. There's no right or wrong when it comes to these decisions. It's just what sings to you. What makes you go like, oh yes, I love that. Do that. Do that thing, even if it's different from what somebody else has going on. I don't think I want pink. All right, so let's put all those aside. Let's find, this one is the one with the cameo, and I think it's kind of cute with the chairs. A lady with her fancy chairs. I also have little snap closures. Those could be really fun to use on here. I just figured I'd show you, and like I said, I do sell how many of you have all the supplies to make wax seals? How many of you already have them, or who doesn't have them? I sell a 12-pack of seals in my store at thecomfinesswithgrace.com because I'm just going to grab, hold on, I'm trying to grab something to show you. Here they are. Okay, the reason why you might want to buy them already pre-made is because if you want to have a big variety, the seals themselves, these little metal bits, they're rather expensive. They're like $10 to $12 a piece. I have seen some for as low as $7, but you then, sorry for the noise, you don't always get the handle. Okay, I like having the handle so I can mass make them. The other thing is you have to have on hand also either glue pellets and a way to melt them, or the glue sticks and a dedicated glue gun to melt them. You would want to melt them on low heat. Don't use your high heat. You want low heat, so make sure you have a low heat glue gun. If you do not want to invest in all that, but you want to have some wax seals around for your projects, just order some from my site. You get a dozen of the gold ones, and they're a variety of the designs so that you can use them. Otherwise, it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars to invest in all of the things that you need to be able to make a variety of them. Lisa says she loves wax seals. I do too. Hey, Kay, how are you, friend? Thanks for being here. Hello, Miss Kim. Thanks for joining. Roberta makes her wax seals from hot glue, but she has stuff to use the wax. You just haven't done them yet. You just haven't done them. Yeah, you can use hot glue, but I have found that not all hot glues work. So let's see. These are, and I embedded paper designs underneath these. So like this one has a little bird embedded underneath the wax, so that when you glue it down, it has that little image on there. Yes, you can, or you can, this one, I was testing waxing. It's the bumblebee with clear wax. You can use glue. I prefer using the wax. I think the glue is very difficult to work with. That's just me. This is why it's great to like test and see what you like and what you don't like. So the clear wax, and then I was testing my wax, my gold waxes. Sell those on my site too. If you need some gold, silver, copper wax to use on your projects, you just have so much fun with these things. They are so cool. Cheryl says, I have 2 wax stamps and she uses the wax beads. I use both. I use both the beads and the sticks. I like them both. Okay, to get your Velcro, these are from Dollar Tree. There's a positive and negative side to these. They come in a strip like this. This one's missing one, but that's the scratchy side. You can hear it. And this is the soft side, right? You need a scratchy and a soft, and when you push them together, they're going to stick together. If you have two scratchies or two softs, they're not going to stick together. These I've already stuck together so that I can just cut them off and use them. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how I do this. So I'm going to cut these apart. I have two sets here. They have a sticky backing on them, and they are very sticky, but I still want to use some glue because I want to make sure this is not going to go anywhere. So I put a little bit, just a little film of the glue on there. And then when it comes to sticking it, let me grab one of the first ones that I did. So it's a little drier, and then the glue is more stuck on there. What I try to do is stick it right on the line of the paper. Okay, so half of it's going to go on the wax and half of it is going to go on the paper. Okay, then I'm going to take off this. Now it's not permanently on there yet because the glue hasn't dried. So I'm going to have to hold that down and take off the other backing. That's just the plastic backing that's on it. Now I'll have perfect placement when I close this. Like I said, that is sticky already, but I am going to just add a tish, just a drop of this glue, and spread it out. And then I'm going to close it, push down really nicely. Now, if you want, get your big paper clips out. I sell these in my store. I sell like, I think a pack of a dozen of them. And just use your paper clip or some kind of clamp to hold that down so that the glue is really going to hold that in place. And then just go to your next one. Okay. So I have the positive and negative already together here. I'm going to start with the ones that have been sitting for a few minutes so that the glue on the wax seal has time to completely dry. So this is how you finish these off. Now I wanted to show you one other thing before we hang it up, but let me stick this one on. I'll show you one more halfway on the paper, right between the paper and the seal. I'm going to stick these. I like to keep them stuck together so that when I close this, I know it's going to have exact placement. So they're both on there, half on the paper, half on the wax seal. I added a little more glue, and then I'm going to close it, press down nicely, hold it for a few minutes, or just use one of your clips. Hold that in place so that you can move on and do something else. Okay, now I'll do these off camera. These all need to get the Velcro. Okay, if you didn't want to use Velcro, if you didn't have Velcro, just get a little tie. You could always do, I'm going to go to my fabric bits. One of these sections has just really thin strips of fabric that can be used for ties. If you don't have the Velcros, get creative. You can just use a little strip of fabric and tie that closed and then stick it into your journal or into a gift bag or whatever you want to do if you wanted to use it like as like a gift card for somebody. So that's one other way to do it. Now, I was thinking what would be nice. This would make a great journaling spot. That's what I was thinking. But if you took, I was thinking also, if you took, where's my scraps of paper? Here they are. Let me see if I can find, I had a little tiny bit of that paper left. And I must have just thrown it aside to a place that I don't know where it went. Let's take this one. If I took the leftover paper, I could come inside here and cut that. This is from the 12 by 12 that I used to make this. This is the strip that's left. I could take that and make a pocket in here. So I could cut this. And I think I'll actually do a wavy pocket. So what if I did something like this? So it's not square, just so it's visually interesting. And then I'm going to glue this down. So I'm going to use these, I think, mainly these little Velcro closure cards. I want to use them for journal cards, but you could, in addition, you could get real fancy in here and glue things down. Like if I made this little pocket here, then I could take a tag and stick it in there. I still have room to write and journal or write a greeting. And then I also have this tag that could be a little gift, keepsake. You could put a photo on there. You could put some special tickets for an event that you went to keepsake them. You could, put gift. These could make really good little gift card holders. Like say you wanted to give somebody a gift card to Michael's for their birthday. Let's see, do I have any gift cards close by? Because I'm wondering size wise, is that going to fit in there? I think so. I'm looking for one. I usually have some around just to use as scrapers. Oh, of course I can't put my fingers on one now. I can't. I'm not finding one, but you could stuff a little gift card in there, and it could be a gift card holder for Christmas. Can you imagine making these Christmas themed with Christmas wax seals? Now, if you don't have the wax seals and you don't plan on buying them, I had another idea I wanted to show you for seals. Like the decorative part on the outside. Just give me a second. I had it here, and this is what happens. Pull out all the tools, and then I can't find what I'm looking for. Give me a second, girls. I have a set of butterflies out here. And I think I lost them. Hold on. Gracie's got to stand up and look for them. Where did you go, sweet butterflies? Where are you? All right. Can't. Oh, here they are. Okay. So instead of using the wax seal, if you don't have the wax seals, heck, you could use buttons. You could use anything that you have on hand, right? Little piece of jewelry. I know a lot of you guys like the blingy jewelry. It just keep in mind it's paper. So it can't be anything super heavy, but this is like a little cardboard embellishment. Tim Holtz sells packs of things like this, a variety pack that could get glued down on there and could become your seal. So if you don't have the wax seals on hand, get creative with, and you guys shout out some things in the comments that you could use. You could use, like I said, buttons. You could use die cuts you could use little cards. You could use pieces of jewelry, broken earring, at the end of a broken earring for this. Nancy says, I love the wax seals, but I've never been sure what to do with them. Oh, this is a great way to use them to seal things closed, even greeting cards. Yep, absolutely. You're welcome, Bev. Thanks for including me in today's event. Use pennies. Oh, I love that idea, Connie. You could use pennies. That would be a really cute idea, especially if you're giving somebody a gift card or cash, like a graduation gift, like cash for that, or for a wedding or something. A penny or a quarter or a lucky dime or nickel. Oh my gosh, what a great idea. Cute. Right, Linda? Gift card holders. Thanks, Renee. Renee saying, I love your ideas. Listen, do me a favor before you guys take off. We still have a couple minutes left. Oh, thanks so much, Roberta. She says, these are so cool. I appreciate all your compliments, you guys, and all your input and just chatting with me in the comments. It makes me so happy to have this chatty time with you guys. I'm guessing that these are glued down pretty good. I still have another couple minutes. I'm going to do a couple more while we're sitting here, but see how I think that could be such a cute little tag holder, gift card holder. Yeah, the sky's the limit when it comes to how you want to use these. Okay, here we go. This is soft side, scratchy side. I'm going to stick them together. This is how I do it anyway. It just makes it easier. And then I can cut them apart and glue them on. See how easy that is? I'm going to keep working. So this event is going on for a while today. There are quite a few creatives left. If Bev or Roberta are here, what time is the last creative presentation today? Because I can't remember off the top of my head. Cindy's Back Porch Crafting. She says, I love them. Why, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you saying that. I do. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for your vote of confidence. If you guys would like to hang out with me more, make sure that you follow me either on Facebook or on the YouTube channel, subscribe so that we can hang out more often and you get notifications. If you're not on Telegram, I can drop that Telegram link. If you're not on my Telegram channel, but you use Telegram, please get on my Telegram because I do give some behind the scenes photos. I always do like greetings on the holidays and weekends. I kind of send stuff out to the girls who are on the Telegram channel. I consider them my text BFFs. So I'm dropping that Telegram channel link there for you guys so that anybody can join the Telegram channel. And I'm going to pin that so you can easily find it. All right. So coming up next is Leesa with Leesa Boone Designs, my sweet friend. But if you want to avoid the page hopping, so you can go right to Leesa Boone Designs to watch her create. But if you want to avoid the page hopping and go into a group, you're either going to go into the Crafty Bunch or into Paper Bling and All the Things. Those are the two groups where you're going to find the rest of today's paper crafting. Thank you all for being here. I love you all. God bless you. Bye.